The Every Point Sports Podcast featuring Greg and Jack starts right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the Every Point Sports Podcast. I am Jack Stash from Fantasy Farm Sports. We got the old gamer GK Greg with us. How are we feeling? It's been a minute.
It has. It's been about 3 weeks, I think, almost a month. But we are doing good. Still a little. Last time we talked, I was under the weather. Still under the weather. I got really sick over this week. But feeling a lot better today. Full of energy. We have a lot to talk about with these head coaches. A little Super Bowl preview. A lot going on since we have talked. Jack and I have spoke the last about 3 weeks briefly through text about everything that's been going on, and we are super excited to talk about it with you guys today.
Yeah, the cold, the snow, we talk about weather and travel and stuff, but it also gets your body down, and those things happen. So it's good that you're feeling a little bit better.
Yeah, we got last Sunday we got 12 inches out here. Yeah, we got nailed. Piston, I think, at 15 inches. Right, took a couple towns over.
Pistons, yeah. So I'm from Pittston, in case you guys are watching. Right. I live down here in Merritt Island, which is a stone's throw from Cocoa Beach, Florida, right now. Mm-hmm. Right, and it's cold up there. It's like 2 degrees, I think.
Oh yeah, it's brutal. Like these next last week and this week. I believe next week, it's around in the 20s is the high.
Okay,
so
but you guys,
we're in the
Northeast Pennsylvania, the corridor, right? Northeast New York, New Jersey, Delaware, right? They're used to the cold. Yes, around 15. Nick Ward's on here. All right, what's up, Nick? You guys are used to 19, or you guys are used to 20, 30, cold weather.
Yeah.
Tomorrow in Cocoa Beach, it will be 19 degrees.
Yeah, I heard that there's supposed to be possible snow in Tampa.
Yeah, and by the way, we are not prepared for it.
No.
We have no insulation.
You have no infrastructure down there for snow. It's the same thing as Alabama. My family, my dad's side of the family is from Alabama, Clay County, Alabama. Probably about 12 years ago, I don't know if you guys remember, but the South got a really bad ice storm down there. Texas got it. Alabama got it. Well, Clay County, places around there, they got it so bad that they have there's no infrastructure down there for these types of storms. They lost power for like a month. Their lines were snapping. Their power lines were snapping.
Right.
They're just not built for that stuff. Like it's a total different animal down south. I lived in Tampa, Florida for 2 years. And the coldest it got down there for me was like 50 degrees. Yeah. So, you guys are getting 19. That's crazy.
Yeah. And people are like, well, whatever. It's cold everywhere. I'm like, no. You don't understand. This might as well be negative 20 up in Montana or Minnesota or Michigan. You know how it drops right down below and it sits there for South Dakota. Actually, it's the coldest states on average, right? So all those states, think about that. But could you please think about us?
And Jack, I know you. You don't even have a winter jacket.
No, I don't. No. I don't care. And
I bet you 90% of the population that lives in Florida, Central Florida or below, does not own a winter jacket.
No, they don't.
No.
But they're buying them right now.
Yeah, I bet they are.
You know what I'm doing tomorrow?
What's that?
I'm going swimming.
Nice.
That's like swimming.
When me and my buddy, when we moved down to Florida, it was February. We moved. It was one of the coldest days up in PA, and that particular day of the year. We started driving down. We took a U-Haul down. We packed all the stuff in, took a U-Haul down. We had his Mustang on a little trailer in the back. We carried it behind the U-Haul, drove straight down. We get down to his uncle's house because that's where we stayed until our apartment was ready the following week. We look right at him. We're like, see that pool back there? He goes, yeah, we got it together. We keep it going all year around, but it's a little too cold for us to be swimming right now. Me and my buddy Rick, we look at each other. We jump right in that shit, clothes and all. It was 70 degrees there. They thought it was cold. We came from it was like in the teens up here. Yeah, we thought it was summertime.
I'm doing it for different reasons. I
Are
don't
you
like
doing a cold plunge or something?
No, I don't like arguing with people so that, the one thing that happens is
How
that
you doing, HLJS Burrows?
hey,
Appreciate
what's
you
going
showing up.
on? I do it for this, right? Everybody's, "Oh, I'm crazy." No, no, no. You have to prove to people you're crazy. You can't just say you're crazy and people believe you. But I promise you.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Ooh,
We were just talking about friendship before the
yeah,
podcast.
the coaching carousel. This is what we're talking about, carousels. Um, no, I like to prove I'm crazy, right? And you don't have to prove you're crazy for long, but you do have to prove it. So I'll be out there swimming in my community pool in 19 degrees tomorrow.
Okay.
And that way, if there's any, small arguments throughout the community, no one will be arguing with me because that's the crazy guy that goes swimming when it's 19 guys. So you
I
better
seen
just,
Crystal doing that, a video, I think last year of you doing that,
yeah,
if I
I'm doing it
remember
again.
correctly.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna still let them
Okay.
know.
All
Yeah.
right. Good for
Oh,
you. Good for
maybe
you.
he's cleaned up his act. Maybe he's not nuts anymore. Oh, honey, there goes the Neary kid. There he goes. He's in the pool. He didn't even. And by the way, I don't pause. I don't flinch. I jump right in.
Oh, I'm sorry. We got somebody. They are. I said French. They are half British. Oh, this
Half
person's half
British
British.
and French.
Yeah,
Boy, I'll tell you what, man. Get me some crepes.
guys.
Get
What
me
do
some.
I do with my 36 great whites in my pool? It sounds like you got a Ku Klux Klan in your pool. That's what it sounds
Oh,
like.
oh my God.
All white people, bunch of racists.
Guys, what do I do with my 36? Oh, I think he's talking about sharks. He's got 36 great whites in his
What do you
pool.
do? Live what? You live in the ocean? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
You live on a boat,
I don't
rowing?
know. I guess. Find out what's up. Find out. But first of all, they could be
All right,
small.
guys, let's dive into this. I got a lot of notes here. We got a lot to talk about with all these new coach hires.
Where do you want to start?
Yeah, let's jump right into it. We're going to go in alphabetical order here,
Okay.
just so we have some type of structure. So we are going to start off with the Atlanta Falcons. Their former coach was Raheem Morris. Their new coach is former coach of the Browns, Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah.
We all know how we felt about Stefanski when he was the head coach of the Browns. Jack and I was very vocal about him all year. The way he handled Shedeur Sanders. Somebody's frozen.
That's all right. I'm
Everything
here.
I see here, we are not frozen. Just refresh your browser. That should work.
We've been talking about the cold. Of course, we're going to be frozen. Continue, Greg. I'm kidding. Kidding. I appreciate the information. Let us know that we're freezing. It's just how it's going to be sometimes. We're back. I think we're good. Stefanski. Yeah.
Good?
So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
Stefanski, former head coach of the Browns. We were very vocal against him. My little thing now, looking back on it, maybe Stefanski wasn't as bad as what we think he was. He was just being smart about the situation because he didn't want to be with the Browns anymore. Let me get fired. Move on.
How many years was he there?
Theory?
How many
Crazy
years?
theory?
How many years was he there?
What? 4? 3?
No.
3 years?
No,
3
I think
years.
Stefanski was there for like 8 years.
No, was he there that long?
Yeah. Yeah. He's been there for a while. Yeah, Stefanski was with the Browns for quite some time. I've never been a Stefanski guy. I don't think I'm not a Barry guy either. I have no idea how he's stuck around for as long as he has. I don't think he's had any good drafts. They've been coasting off what John Dorsey's done. And now they've tried to unravel what John Dorsey's done. I was a John Dorsey guy. He did go to Detroit and help with the brain trust up there. But as far as Andrew Barry goes, I'm not a Barry guy. Greg is that was a very intense look you had right there, Greg. Very intense. You with us?
Yes, I am. I was just closing out some of my boxes because my thing did freeze at one point.
I know you. It was a very intense Is this a pod?
This is a podcast / sports show. That's what this is.
Yes, you've made it to the top of the podcast.
All right, finish what you were saying. Sorry.
So yeah, so Kevin. So anyway, I'm not a Stefanski guy, and he's been there for a while, right? You've one playoff win, and you've been with the team for. I mean, what? And then, by the way, that playoff run was his only appearance, and you know he handled. Yeah, as a head coach, you got
he was with the team for 5 years. He was with the Vikings before that.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think he handled any situation appropriately. Yeah, he was at Vikings before. You know, I just don't think he's done well. And I don't think Matt Ryan got the guy he wanted either. I think everybody was running after Harbaugh. Hey, I appreciate that. Mustache epic. All the way out here. Look at the curls on this guy, huh? Ooh, it's very nice.
Guys,
listen,
I know we're trying to get we're gonna put up every comment that we can up there. We're going to be getting through this. First, real quick, I don't mean to keep interrupting Jack here, but guys, we appreciate everybody that's here and everybody that is dropping your comments in there. Awesome. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. So I'm not a Stefanski guy. I don't think that when situations get tough, he manages them poorly. The Baker situation got tough. He managed it poorly. Sure, there were a lot of different working parts. He was the face, managed it poorly. Okay.
I agree.
Okay. And Deshaun Watson, those things got tough. It was, again, nobody had any type of clarification on it. And he kind of just moved forward, and we didn't really know, and the fan base didn't know. And again, but brother, what do you think is going to happen in Atlanta? First of all, you got Kirk Cousins already doing TV appearances, which means he knows that he's either going to be traded or retire. Okay. I'm going to let you know right there. You got Michael Penix Jr., who can't even play until week 10 next year, tore his ACL.
Guys, unfortunately, we cannot do any super chats right now, donations, but I greatly appreciate you guys want to donate to the channel. What you guys could do is hop over to OldGamerGK, hop over to Fantasy Farm Sports, watch some of our videos. We need some watch time on our channels in order to get that to kick in. So, but I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
For free, all you have to do is go over to Fantasy Farm Sports and subscribe for free. That would be just as good as sending us a nickel or a dime or a quarter. Moving on with the Stefanski thing, things are going to be difficult in Atlanta because they're going to have to draft a quarterback unless, thanks, man, I appreciate you, unless they're going to commit to Cousins. There's got to be some kind of clarity, and Stefanski's not a clarity guy. And I know Matt Ryan's going to walk out every 6 months and give us some kind of great presser, but it's a mess, and he doesn't do well in messes.
I just think the Browns are a mess. Period. They're right there with the Jets. It's no matter who you bring in, they're going to be bad. Yeah, the new head coach Monken. He was the OC back in 2019. They were horrible then. I told you before how they had he was under Kitchens. They had Mayfield. They had Landry. They had Beckham. They had Chubb. They had a team. Couldn't do anything. That the Browns organization was so bad at the end of the season. Monken, before the game, was going around to the other coaches of the other team and the other staff of the other team and telling them how bad the Browns were. Like literally talking shit on the Browns as he's the OC there.
I bet Mayfield loves him.
Crazy.
I bet Mayfield loves him. He probably doesn't. He probably hates him. Why would you do that? There's no, like, why would you do? There's nothing to gain there. And by the way, the only thing you're trying to gain is if you don't want to come back. And now he's tied himself to Shedeur Sanders. And I'm gonna tell you what, the kid's nice, and that maybe to his own detriment. Shedeur Sanders is very nice to reporters. He's very nice to people that are willing to give him an interview. And it's a little difficult because There are going to be times in this upcoming season where I believe he's going to grit his teeth and not be nice. And then everybody's going to go, see, I told you the kid was a jerk. Don't do that. I'm begging you ahead of time. Don't do that. Don't call the kid a jerk because you pushed his last button and he's working with a lot of people pulling at his arms and his legs, and he'll give you his heart on the field. If you give him a good situation, hopefully maybe the second time with Monken will be good. Maybe he just couldn't stand kitchens.
Yeah.
Could that be a possibility?
I mean, it could be, but again, Monken, I don't want to talk too much about the Browns yet because we're talking about Atlanta. But
Yeah.
Monken couldn't get along with Lamar Jackson for the 2 years he was there. So, I mean, you can't just go by one place. All right, I understand that. Let's go by 2 places then. Talking crap while you're the OC of one team. And then you go to the Ravens where with Lamar Jackson, multiple MVP guy, and you can't get along with him. So, I mean, to me, it's a trend, and where there's a trend, there's a problem. I'm not. Listen, I don't want. Again, we'll talk more about the Browns in a moment, but we'll talk. Let's finish talking about the Falcons. Ultimately, I do like the hire.
Do you?
Yes, just because Stefanski, I think he can do something. I think it was just the Browns organization. A couple things that that Atlanta did do also. They hired Ian Cunningham as their general manager, Tommy Reese as their offensive coordinator, and Craig Aukerman as their special teams. So they did revamp that whole staff, it seems like. We'll see how they do. They have a lot of talent there. Big thing for them is they need to decide, one, what they're doing with the quarterback situation. Are you gonna roll with Cousins straight out of the gate? Are you gonna go with injury prone? What's his name?
Penix. Well, Penix is out.
Penix. But I'm saying is, in the future, are you gonna roll with him? He's an injury prone quarterback. Are you gonna roll with him? Are you gonna keep trying to develop him? Are you just gonna roll with Cousins and see what you can get later on? Another thing you need to figure out is Kyle Pitts is a free agent. Are you going to re-sign him? Are you going to allocate all that money that it's going to take to re-sign him? Are you going to franchise tag him? Are you going to let him walk? So you got some decisions to make. You have a lot of young talent there. You have one of the best running backs in the league there. You got a good wide receiver core there. Two guys at London, and I forget the other guy there. You got a young defense there. They're a little bit light, but they're fast and they can hit. So you put a little bit of beef up front. I think you got a really good defense there. So they have pieces. I
think it's going to be a multi-year turnaround. I really do, because you're going to roll with Cousins. You're going to roll with Cousins. You're paying Cousins. You're going to roll with Cousins for 10 weeks. And then what? You're going to go with Penix? Not if you're winning. And by the way, not if you're losing. If you're losing, you go, you know what? We'll just go with draft picks. We need draft picks anyway. We'll see who can beat who out, but we're gonna need a quarterback down the road.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this would be an alternative, but maybe bring in someone like Tua. I don't know. I don't. Atlanta's in a lot of trouble, and again, we'll see how I'm excited to get to work. You're excited to have a job, really. You're excited to be out of Canada. So I guess it was a nice hire. Because at least you're getting a guy that's going to be in lockstep with Matt Ryan. Before you had a guy that was like, we're drafting Penix and let's do it behind the owner's back. I know he likes Cousins, but let's go get Penix. We'll have the secret flight up to Washington. Like, that's what happened. That's why they everybody, by the way, that's why they fired Raheem Morris and the general manager on the same conference call. Hi, Arthur Blank here. Yeah, you're fired. He never said another word to them.
Yeah.
Was that for both of us? They started looking around the room. Yeah. Gave you the same conference call because I know what you did. And if it works, great. And I gave you a chance for it to work, dude, didn't I? But now the kid's injured and he's going to be out for all next year. And I don't want to deal with you. So goodbye.
Mhm.
By the way, Kirk Cousins, he's 4-1 as the starting quarterback, isn't he? The guy I brought in, get out. And that's what happened. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened in Atlanta. So, I guess they have a working order now, right? And Matt Ryan and Stefanski are both from Philadelphia, so they can complain about or exalt over cheesesteaks together. I guess there's a bond, right? Oh, hey, it smells in that city still, right? Yeah, I was there last week. Whatever.
Mhm.
I think they have two guys who know each other, which is better than they had before. Morris was working with the general manager, kind of against what the owner thought he was getting.
Mhm.
So in that case, it's better.
Yeah, again, I do like the hire. He was gonna be hired somewhere else, Stefanski. It's good that they got him in the building. They got him signed. I do like the Matt Ryan hire as the team president. I think he can get everybody on the right page. I believe that's what that organization was missing, a figurehead, a guy that has the voice of the organization. You and I talked about that with a couple teams out there, with the Raiders, a few other teams. You need that voice in the room, and I think he is respected enough where he can be that voice. And then you have a good GM with Cunningham, and then you have Savansky, who I believe can be a good coach.
Okay.
So I do like
All
the
right.
Raiders. We got another thing. Do you guys play video games? I do. If you hop over on my channel, OldGamerGK, you'll see a whole library. Right now, I am playing Arc Raiders. I go live every Friday evening, and then throughout the week periodically. But yeah, I play a lot of Arc Raiders. I play a lot of video games. A lot of my channels on video games, so go check it out.
All right.
Okay, next, let's see here. We got the Baltimore Ravens. I do like this hire. Jesse Minter is the new coach, former head coach, John Harbaugh. He was with the team for 18 years.
Mhm.
Um, a little thing on Mentor. Go ahead,
The
talk to me.
Raiders
The
wanted Minter, didn't they?
Ravens are partially your team. So, for those of you that don't know, Mentor, he was with Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh for quite a few years. He was the Michigan defensive coordinator. He came over from Michigan with Jim over to the Chargers, and then he was with the Ravens also earlier in his career. So he has been around the Harbaughs pretty much his whole coaching career. Um, I
I,
think what happened with this is the whole John Harbaugh, why he got I don't want to say fired, but why he had to why he stepped down. We'll say 18 years on the job. Um, the Ravens got very antsy after McDonald left for the Seahawks job, and now they're in the Super Bowl. They're like, McDonald was right in our house. Why didn't we hire him? We wanted to step away from John a couple years ago. We didn't. We had our guy in house. We let him go. So I think they got very antsy when they had their eye on this Minter guy who's been with Jim forever. And he's the next up and coming guy. Everybody's loving him. Very, very, very good defensive coordinator, guys, by the way. But they got antsy and they needed to make a change, they thought. So they brought him in. They didn't leave that Minter go without giving him a contract, by the way. Once they interviewed him, that was it. That
yeah.
was it. They knew this is our guy. This is who we're going to get. And unlike some other people who we'll talk about later on, is they didn't let the guy leave the building to potentially get another job. They're like, no, he's our guy. We're going to hire him. So I really do like that hire. He's another Harbaugh. That's what he is.
Yeah. The Raiders were really interested as well.
Yes, yes.
Something with, and they'll never let it out because that's the organization and that's him and all this other stuff. Something went sour with Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that it has a little bit to do with, if you own a house for a while and you go, you get tired of looking at the living room the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So you go, okay, well, maybe I'll paint the living room, or maybe I'll add different furniture to the living room. Or, you know what? I have some stuff here. I'll just rearrange it and look at it differently. I think what happened with Harbaugh was he maybe the whole job got boring, and maybe he started becoming a little rigid and not wanting to look at it from a different perspective. And that's what starts to right. And then the losses piled up and the conversations about the losses piled up, right? And oh, you're not making it over the top. And I just think he started to bristle. Maybe a fresh start will be better.
Mhm.
Maybe he was successful because the coaches are around him.
Well, I mean, you as a head coach, I mean, that's the only way you're going to be successful is if you surround yourself with a good defensive coordinator, a good offensive coordinator, unless you run one particular side of the ball, you know. But
No,
yeah, the only way you're going to be successful is if you hire the right people around you. I mean, that's partially what makes you a good coach is being able to put together a great staff like that. Pete Carroll was good at that, putting together a great staff. Look what he did with up at Seattle. He put together a great staff up there.
yeah,
Um, you know, Harbaugh's, they always put together a great staff. Even Jim does the same thing. He puts together a great staff. He
but I
puts guys
remember,
around that complements their players.
yeah, I something tells me though, I don't like any of his hires in New York right now. None of them, zero. I don't like the
Okay.
hires that he's brought in afterwards. I thought he should have at this older age, I thought it was about time to try and get the band back together. And by getting the band back together, I would have hired Rex Ryan as my D coordinator.
Yeah, I mean, would have
That's
been
what
nice, but that guy's been out of coaching for so long.
but
I get it.
he brings a different energy, and he brings
Mhm.
a freshness and a fire, and maybe another pair of eyes to what Harbaugh's been seeing. McDonald walked into Seattle and was like, "Brothers, we're going to the Super Bowl in a couple years. Just so
Mhm.
you know, I know the personnel. I know the guys I want to bring in here. I know, and now he's right.
Mhm.
And I do believe that, that Minter, right? All these other hires. John was the fresh. He felt to me like Bill Belichick as a free agent. And it should everyone's praising him and doing where's Bill gonna go, and that's all they want to talk about. And the longer it drug on, and it wasn't very long, but the
Mhm.
longer it drug on, I was like, you guys should start paying attention to this because he's getting interviews and not just hired immediately.
Mhm.
And I know that the Giants have enough talent, but if he doesn't learn how to be a little young again, it's gonna be tough because he's got a tough team. And I understand that they need discipline and they need this, and there's a lot of needs that he provides.
Structure. He provides the structure that they need. Again, guys, we're talking about the Giants right now. I know we're supposed to be talking about the Ravens, but we're just drifting off a little bit to Harbaugh in general. I'm
Yeah,
just trying to reel them back in to see where we're at.
I think the Ravens had a great hire.
Mhm.
I really
Oh, I
do.
love them. Mhm.
I think the Ravens had a great hire because of the places where he was going to. He didn't interview for Tennessee. He's like, I don't want that job. I'll stay
Yeah.
where I'm at. He went to the Raiders and he went to the Ravens.
Mhm.
Right. So this guy wasn't sitting there going, well, I'll take anything. He was like, no, those two jobs are the one I'm at. Done. Shut
Mhm.
it down. And
Again, he was very sought after. So when you're sought after, you have that opportunity to pick and choose.
yeah, I mean, he's not Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, which I still don't know why he never got a head coaching opportunity.
I just he's just that bad. I've heard
He's
horror
a great
stories about
offensive coordinator, though.
he is,
Great
but like
offensive coordinator.
I can't believe that he would be bad at interviews forever, and he is.
Yeah, I don't know why my camera keeps freezing.
Like if I was like you were, that was, at some point I'd be like, was this any good for you guys? What I accomplished here? Because I know you're
Mhm.
not going to hire me and call me. Where did I screw up? This has been my 10th interview. I understand the first interview, I shouldn't have brought in popcorn. I brought in popcorn. I thought there were gonna be fireworks in a movie, whatever. But I look at this one. I dressed my tie up. I ran a little bit today. I didn't come in sweating. The last interview told me I came in sweating. Bad idea. I understand. But why aren't you gonna hire me?
Yeah.
Because, right? You got to get
No,
to
I
a
agree.
point where you're just like, I'm terrible at this, and why?
Mm-hmm. All right. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills. Bills former head coach Sean McDermott.
Mhm.
New head coach Joe Brady. Their former offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Just see what my notes here has to say about this here. Now, I know the owner came out and said one of the reasons why they fired McDermott because they believe they hit the playoff wall, the proverbial playoff wall. He said he walked in the locker room, he'd seen Josh Allen crying, head down, tried talking to him, didn't acknowledge him, looked around the locker room, just felt like everybody was defeated, blah, 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 blah. Then he came out and said that he thought that that the refs screwed up and that was a bad call. It wasn't an interception, blah, blah, blah. So he contradicted himself. He was like, I thought they hit the proverbial wall, blah, blah, blah. But yet in turn, he thought that they won that game and they just got a bad call against them. So he kind of talked himself into a corner. He kind of stuttered over himself, didn't handle it very well. About a week ago, it came out a couple weeks before the playoffs started. I believe right around the trade deadline,
Okay.
McDermott had a meeting with the general manager and the owner, and
Mhm.
started pointing out deficiencies in the roster. Started talking about their wide receivers, talking about how they needed a couple of them. Please, can you give me something? This and that.
Mhm.
They told him, well, Coleman is your guy. You wanted him. You got him. And that's play with them. That's what McDermott was told.
Mhm.
Video just resurfaced of their draft war room. And one of the assistants telling the general manager, oh, he ran a 4.58. Are you sure we want to draft him? Blah, blah, blah. He goes, I'm happy he ran that. That means we could definitely get him. Who wanted him?
Bean.
To me, it sounds like the general manager wanted him, and he was happy that he ran a 4.58 because he was drooling at the chance of getting Coleman.
Yeah.
So, to me, I think after that meeting, they decided we're going to get rid of McDermott, no matter what happens. The only way this guy keeps his job is if he wins the Super Bowl. Then we can't fire him. Then we can't.
There's a lot of stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's to me, there's a lot of stuff here. So my comp for Keon Coleman is George Pickens. He's not George Pickens, but he's
Mm-hmm.
George Pickens like. Does George Pickens get route separation? No. Does George Pickens make every difficult catch? Yes. Does he make every catch that's thrown to his hands? No. Does he act ridiculous at times? He does.
Yes.
Does he get angry at himself and then portray it to other players? Yes. Keon Coleman isn't all of those other late things, but he's not a perfect wide receiver. And here's a little bit of problem that I have. Okay. It seems to me that there's been a lot of internal strife in Buffalo. Okay. Because Sean McDermott is only on the field. All he can be. And Joe Brady calls the offense.
Yeah, he's the OC over there. And actually, when Josh Allen during the interview was asked about him, because Joe Brady was being mentioned for other coaching jobs, and he's like, they asked him, how pivotal was he in your development the last 2 years? He goes, no, nothing at all. He goes, every team they should stay away from him. He's not good. Very sarcastically.
Right. But
Meaning, stay away from my guy. We want to keep him here. So I believe that was one of the reasons why he got hired was because Josh Allen wanted him there.
sure. And we talked about video games earlier, right? Somebody asked you if you played video games, and I play Madden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I play Madden. And there are certain things that I would do in Madden that Joe Brady didn't do in real life,
Mhm.
right? I came on here and I talked about that Josh Allen would be smart enough to maybe throw a ball late in the game towards Moss's side because he gets a bit handsy and you'll probably get a call. And although Cooks was the receiver that was interfered with on that play, Brandon Cooks is not going to get the same call that Keon Coleman will, because Keon Coleman, much like George Pickens, is gangly and gets some type of interference or touched. And when he does, he falls down like Michael Jackson breakdancing. Like a giraffe just stopped, like a fish out of water. Right? Brandon Cooks is always trying to prove he beat the guy on the route, which is what he did there. What he probably should have done was got a little theatrical.
Mhm.
Keon Coleman always gets theatrical. He catches the ball behind his head. He plays guitar like Jimi Hendrix. He's not technically sound. He's not perfectly fit, but he was great for that play. Why did you not bring him to the opposite side of the field and switch Coleman and Cooks and go, you know what? 15 seconds left. Let's put it on them. Let's throw the ball up to Coleman. He's going to run a go. He's not going to break loose of this guy. And if I throw the interception, guess what? I'm 56 yards out anyway. We're not kicking a field goal. We are not. But that's your new head
Yeah.
coach that drew up that dumb play that I just fixed. So you're welcome, Buffalo.
Mhm.
I'm open to hire, and I work remotely.
Well,
Your new head coach doesn't work at all.
They didn't make the right moves before the trade deadline. That was the problem.
But
They
that
let
play cost them.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get
You
it.
know, I just
They
those.
throw it to the speed guy instead.
Well, the finer details are what won Bill Belichick championships.
Mhm.
You don't throw it to Gronk all the time. No, I don't want to throw it to Gronk all the time because that safety on that particular team will come down and break all his ribs. I do not want Tom throwing it high there. I want that safety to switch to the opposite side of the field because we've been running it on the left a lot. So he has to come down so I can throw up the center to Gronk so that he won't break his ribs.
Mhm.
That's what you need to get accomplished. Those are the
No, I
plays.
agree. Yeah. Yep. I agree. I agree.
So was
But
Brady trying to get McDermott fired? How about that?
oh, I think the reason why I told you the reason why McDermott got fired because there was too much tension, and I don't think the owner nor the GM wanted to work with him anymore.
Yeah, that could be it.
I think he opened up his mouth. He started pushing back on the team that was given to him, telling them what they need to do, and they took offense to that.
Yeah.
Along with again not getting over that hump, So
Yeah.
all right, next. All right, I know we already talked about them, but we'll talk a little bit more about them because I
Sure.
got some more information about them. The Cleveland Browns, former coach Kevin Stefanski, new coach Todd Monken. Um, Todd Monken, again, has been around in the league for a while. He was their offensive coordinator, the Browns, back in 18 and 19, I believe it was. Um, he was with the Baltimore Ravens after that.
Mhm.
And let's see here. Sorry, guys. Here's my notes here. Um, again, I already talked about how when he was with the Ravens, he couldn't get along with Lamar for 2 years. Uh, Everybody out there did not want him for the job. They
That's
didn't.
tough.
They didn't want Todd Monken. Monken only went to the Browns and interviewed with the Browns because nobody else wanted to interview with the Browns. The Browns wanted you to take a test
Oh, this is good.
before
Go
the
ahead.
interview. They wanted you to write an essay before the interview. All right. McDaniels, who took an offensive coordinator job over that. He didn't even want an interview. He said, "You know what? No, thank you. Keep your interview. I'm going to stay over here with the Chargers as their offensive coordinator." I mean, that tells you a little something about the Browns. That if McDaniels doesn't even want to go there for an interview, like, come on.
Where do you go to school?
Who?
McDaniels.
I'm not sure. I forget.
Go ahead, look it up. It'll surprise you. While we talk about
Go
McDaniels,
ahead. Go ahead.
he went to Harvard.
Harvard. Okay.
Harvard or
I knew
Yale.
it was a brainy school.
An Ivy League student that was like, "Nah, I'm not doing an essay."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He could have chopped up an essay in 20 seconds. That would have blown your head apart. And he went, I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
No, but if Harvard or Yale wants it done, I'll do it. But not for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing it.
Their leading candidate, when he was the first guy to it was the Rams passing game coordinator. Forgive me, I forget his name. It's a big, long running name.
Mhm.
But a very young guy. Everybody's raving about him. He's the next up and coming guy from the Sean McVay coaching tree.
Okay.
Going to be very sought after. They brought him in for an interview. Everybody told the Browns, do not let him leave without a contract. Do not let him leave the building without a contract. What did they do? They interview him, and they let him leave without a contract. You know what he did after he thought about it? He said, you know what, guys, I don't even consider me for the job anymore. I'm going to stay over here with the Rams as their passing coordinator.
Oh, my God.
He would rather be the passing coordinator for the Rams, which, listen, I get it. Probably a great gig. You're learning from Sean McVay. You're going to get a great coaching job at some point. I'm sure you got a slight little raise there. Nowhere close to head coaching money, though.
It's the greatest gig ever.
I would rather stay here than go there. Are you kidding me?
His whole job is making sure that Matt Stafford has coffee in the morning.
You know?
Like, think about it. He's not really doing a job.
No, I mean, you have Matt Stafford, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Here's your mochaccino. Yes,
but
I'll
again,
stand over
again,
him.
he's supposed to be the next up-and-coming guy. Very high energy. I like the guy. You know, I'm seeing him on the sidelines. I like him. The little bit of information I got of him, he came across very McVay-like. You know, very high energy, like very hard to put into intense. That's the best word I could use. Very intense. I like that. That's why I always like John Gruden. Like, you could see the intensity in his face. He doesn't have to talk. You just see it. You know?
Yale. The Yale guy.
Yes.
Yale. Mike McDaniels
Yale.
went to Yale.
That's
I looked it up. He went to
Okay.
Yale. He went to
Okay.
Yale, and he was like, I'll do an essay for Yale.
Yeah.
I'll do an essay to get into Yale because I want to go there. But shouldn't my credentials be pretty good here? I'm going to grow a beard. I looked like a Miami vape guy. I'll blend in. I'll gain 30 pounds. I've proven it. They went, no, we'd like to see why you really want this job.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Give us 10 things about you that really stand out. He should have wrote Yale 10 times.
The crazy thing is that nobody wanted this Monken guy. Nobody did. They had Jim Schwartz in building, head coaching experience. Led a great defense every year that he's been with the Browns. He interviewed for that coaching job. He wanted that coaching job. They even floated around the idea before. By the way, Schwartz, as soon as Monken was hired, said, see ya, bye, I quit.
That's a little, yeah.
He left. He was like, no, you guys screwed me over. Browns floated the idea, this came out, of having co-head coaches.
No, they didn't.
2 head coaches. Yes,
come on.
did. Monken and Schwartz.
That was a real plan.
Oh, that was a real plan. That was a real plan. That was a plan that was discussed. It wasn't said that they're going to follow through with it, but it came out that they were talking about doing this. Because Schwartz was so butthurt that they hired somebody else besides him, which I get it. I would be too. Listen, you guys can't get anybody with any type of coaching credentials in this building. I am willing to coach this shitty-ass team that you guys call the Browns. I am willing
Yeah.
to do that because I love the players that are here. I love Jason or Garrett. I love my defense. I love these guys over here. I have a rapport with these guys already. I believe I can do something. Let me do this. And
That
they
would have been
didn't.
that would have been an interesting combo. Actually, you just kind of spilled his name out there. If Jim Schwartz, right? If Schwartz got the head coaching job and had Garrett become the offensive coordinator for Shador, that would have been because of all the things that you could say about Garrett, he really does try and you feel like he works his tail off to get the best
Mhm.
out of that quarterback,
Absolutely.
so at the end of the story, you're not sitting there going, that Garrett screwed Shador. No, no,
Mhm.
he just wasn't gonna do it.
Yeah.
Garrett can, and Garrett has tried, and Garrett has, right? Like that. Every year, we both agree, Dak Prescott does not have the most talent, but he does have the greatest command. He commands well, and he's going to give you
Yeah.
30 and 10.
Mhm.
So if you think that Shador has this talent, then Garrett should be able to get 30 and 10 out of him. It's plain and simple, right? He doesn't have a world beater arm. Neither one of them do. So Garrett should be able to give Shador easy answers.
Mhm. No,
It's
absolutely.
inarguable.
Mhm. Absolutely. So
So
yeah, that's the situation the Browns are in. Everybody always wants to talk about how awful and dysfunctional the Jets are. I mean, we're kind of gonna have to say that not kind of we have to say the same thing about the Browns with all this information that came out during this coaching search and what happened there. I mean, and another thing I'd even touch on. The owner always says I'm paying these guys to do their job. I'm going to let them do their job. Well, he paid all these guys to do this coaching search for him, find these people for him, to dig into their history and find out all these little nuances that they find out. All this money and all this time and effort this staff put together for this coaching search. You know what the owner came out and said?
hmm,
Thank you for your information. Thank you for all your hard work, but we're going to go this direction. The staff wanted to go this direction, but the owner said, "No, we're going to go over here with Monken." Like,
you know what
man,
they should have done? This would be
what they
hilarious.
need to
And
do is sell the Browns again.
if you're going to be hilarious all the way. No, but just don't. Oh, that was a little funny, huh? Nobody likes a little funny. I want so funny. My stomach hurts at the end.
Mhm.
I've heard LeBron's coming back to Cleveland. The Browns should have made an announcement that yes, he is, and at the end of the basketball season, he will be the head coach of the Browns.
I thought you were going to say play tight end for the Browns.
No, no, because that would be kind of funny. I want hilarious all the way. All right. And if the head coach doesn't matter, all he's doing is managing player fun and timeouts. Right? That's great. LeBron's the head coach. All he's do is find a couple offensive coordinators, and he's retired, and he's in a new sport. And Haslam just shakes his head and goes,
Listen,
"Well, he's a winner."
he could coach Shador up in one thing: how to
What?
flop.
Yeah,
How to flop.
yeah.
Listen, Shador, we're going to get the most calls out of any quarterback in the NFL, and this is how we're going to do it, son.
There's no reason to be fighting these DNs. They're tough guys. So what I want you to do is when they lay a hand on you, you flop, you
You
fall,
flop.
you kick. If you can, it's very difficult, but make sure you get a shoe in the air. I don't know exactly how it's gonna that chin strap on your helmet, never have it attached. I want to see it 5 feet in the air every time you get touched. We need passing and completions is important, but getting calls is just important. Oh,
All right.
LeBron.
Next, we got the Miami Dolphins.
What
Former
they do?
head coach, you heard us say before, talk about Mike McDaniels. New head coach is Jeff Hafley. Uh, don't know too much about him. I'm frozen again. Son
It
of
was
a
the Green Bay
bitch.
D coordinator.
That's what it is. Yes, D coordinator. He is he comes over with John Eric Sullivan, who was he was with Green Bay also. He was what was he?
Yeah, he was with Green
I'm
Bay.
sorry. I
Eh,
don't have. I thought I did.
You're good. He was with Green Bay. Now he's with
Yeah,
Miami.
yeah. He was something over with Green Bay for a couple years. Some player personnel something like that on the front office.
So
But
he's walking over to clean up Miami, and
that yes.
Miami will look better than the Jets. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let's see here.
and man, I'll tell you what, New England's had a great year, but I see regression coming hard.
From who?
New England.
Oh, okay. All right. I was gonna say. I thought we were talking about the Dolphins there.
We
All right.
are, but
So just
I'm talking about the
okay.
division in general. I think that guy's
Gotcha.
gonna I think Hafley's gonna come in and do a good job. He knows what he's looking for. He's gonna build a hard-nosed team rather than a speed team. Unfortunately, McDaniels was only given speed and a
Mm-hmm.
quarterback that could throw to speed, so he built with what he had and what he was given. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see why they should have fired him. They fired him wanting Harbaugh or Gruden or somebody.
And
They
they
didn't
didn't
go out
get
and
him.
get either one of them. So that's that. Now you got Green Bay's D coordinator, and you're hoping, you're wishing, you're praying.
And again, Green Bay, their defense was solid when he was there.
Mhm. Yeah.
A little thing about the Dolphins. This is the 8th straight head coach they have signed with no head coaching experience. Their last
Mm.
head coach that they signed that had head coaching experience was Dave Wannstedt in 2000.
Oh
That's
God.
crazy. Yeah.
That is crazy. But
Yep.
I mean,
Listen,
maybe they
I
have
think that their biggest challenge is going to be to his contract. All right, he's so much money. You trade him, he's still dead cap money. But a big thing going around right now is where'd they come from? They both of these guys from Green Bay, correct?
Mhm.
Who turned it on at the end of the year when Love went down?
I
Your
don't know.
quarterback. Who came out and played well? You were raving
Oh,
about him. You said he
oh,
could probably run
oh,
that offense better than Love.
Malik Willis.
Yes.
So is this a play on Will trying to get Willis down
Get
there?
Willis over to replace Tua. Yes.
Oh,
They could still sign Willis for a reasonable contract that's not going to break him and still be able to absorb that Tua contract.
yeah. And this guy's seen enough of Willis being the D coordinator, right? Because
And the,
he's the D
and the
coordinator.
guy, whatever this Ed Sullivan, whatever, or John Eric Sullivan, like he knows about Willis. He probably was involved in bringing Willis in.
What you talk about, Willis?
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. I mean, that's a perfect storm right there.
I am thinking you have me thinking about it now. Yeah, that's a decent little bridge, and Willis could look better. And he went to Liberty, which is school in the South. You're getting him back in the South, and this guy's like, hey, just do what you do,
Hmm.
and I'll bring along the defense. I think you're talented enough. You trust in me, you trust in this guy. Yeah, it could be a huge move for Malik Willis, which isn't a bad plan for the Dolphins.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Huh.
Bring in
That
bring in a couple guys. Listen, we already know they come from a good organization. Green Bay, no matter what you want to say about them, they're a good run organization.
yeah, they
Year
are.
in, year out, if they're not in the playoffs, they're almost there. They're respected throughout the league. Everybody that's in their office is respected. So what do? You poach from them. Your
Yeah.
organization's a mess from top to bottom. You fire your old GM that's been there for like 30 years. You bring in a new guy that's from a proven organization. You have him revamp. You really don't want to get rid of McDaniels, but you kind of have to. You bring in another guy from that organization. You already know those guys can coexist. They interview for the job and say, "Listen, I got a plan for quarterback too. It's called Malik Willis. What do you think?" Owner's probably like, "Listen, I like you two together. I like that you're coming in here with a plan already. You guys are hired."
Yeah, I like that. I actually that's probably the best hire then.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
probably the best hire, and I cannot believe are the I just have to say this. Are the Jets really gonna run back Justin Fields and Aaron Glenn?
Yes, they are.
Oh, they can't. They
I mean,
can't.
there's nobody for them to draft.
I know, but they can't.
Like what's his name? Martinez, Indiana quarterback.
Oh, that's Fernando Mendoza.
Mendoza, that's it. Mendoza. He's going to go number 1.
Mhm.
But after him, what, you're going to Ty Simpson? Please. You've seen what he did at Alabama. He needs another year to develop in college. He should never be coming out.
He does need another year to develop in college.
Lanning said, "Oh, shoot, the Jets have the next one for me to go to. I'm staying in school." The Oregon quarterback. He's like, "I ain't coming out now."
I don't think he was ready anyway.
I don't think he was either. He's along with Simpson that could really use another year of college. But he was talking about coming out. But then as soon as he found out there was a possibility with the Jets, he did a 360 and said, "Nope, I'm staying."
Oh my god.
That's
Oh
that.
my god.
You know what? That's bad. When a college player says, "You know what? That NFL team's way too shitty for me to go to. I'm
You,
staying in school."
you know what's a little interesting though is that all these transfer portals and the money in college has now forced these NFL teams to either get their act together or I'll stay.
I'll stay. Yep, absolutely.
I
No,
actually
no longer they need to go to the NFL for that life-changing money. They already
all
got
we
the money now.
right, all we do is sit there and go, "Well, these kids are," we complain about the kids getting paid, but they're getting paid, and not only are they getting paid, they're sitting there going, "You know what? Duke and North Carolina are better run organizations than this one over here. Why would I go play?" You know, uh,
Mhm.
I play for Notre Dame, and I get to go to school here and learn as well. So I think I'm just going to stay here instead of going being a Cleveland Brown. I mean, imagine that. You go from
Mhm.
you go from the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and all of that history to the Browns because you have to because you need the money. That's the worst story ever.
Yeah. Yep.
Mom, sorry, I have to go pro because we're poor. I really wish you get an education. I wish I could too, but I can't make the money and go here. And we've been kind of down for so long, so I have to go be a Brown. And then you're washed out of the league in a couple of years when you needed just 1 or 2 more years to really have all of it. We complain about the portal and the money all the time. That is something the money in the portal is forcing them to do. Get your act together, or I won't come play there.
Yeah.
I'll be a Notre Dame Fighting Irish for 4 years. I'll make $15 million, and then I'll go sell used cars because you're a joke. I'm not getting crushed. No, I'm not gonna do it. How about that?
Mhm.
Done.
Yep. Yep. All right. Let's see here. Next, we got the New York Giants. Former head coach Brian DeBall. New head coach John Harbaugh. Now we already talked a little bit about this hire before when we were going over the Ravens. Jack's not really thrilled with this hire. I am. I like the hire. I feel like the Giants needed a guy that knows how a great organization should be ran, if that makes sense. Somebody that could come in and say, "Listen, you need to go, you need to go, you need to go." John Harbaugh went in and fired this guy in the front office who's been there like 30, 40 years. Like everybody loved him in the building, but he was like, "No, you got to go. You're not part of a winning organization. You are
Hmm.
not qualified to do what you are doing anymore." So to me, I like the fresh eyes. Sometimes I don't like how sometimes they go about doing something. Getting rid of a bunch of people sucks that somebody lose their job. But listen, like sometimes if you're not doing your job, you need to go. If you're not, say you're president of players personnel. If you're not bringing in the right people, you need to go. I don't care if you've been here for 30 years. Like feelings aside, this organization is going to be about winning. I know about winning. I don't lose. John is saying I don't lose. This is what's going to happen. This is going to be turned over and this is going to be turned over. I'm bringing this guy in, this guy in, and this guy in. And that's what he's doing. He's bringing his guys in. I'm liking it. I really am. Will it develop and turn around into wins? Who knows? but he does have players on the field. He has a young quarterback, young running back. He has 2 good receivers. Once Neighbors comes back, 2 good receivers. That front defense is it could be one of the best in the NFL if they were coached right.
So I was talking about Belichick earlier, right? He was great when he had Bill Polian, right? When those two were really, and Mike Lombardi as well, right? So when they were working with each other, they all trusted each other. That matters. I think Harbaugh and Ozzie Newsome were a great pair. Ozzie Newsome retired. It just didn't. The whole thing didn't feel as tight or the same.
Ozzie was one of the best at picking out talent in the draft, man. That
I
guy
know.
was amazing.
I know.
And
so,
for all of you that don't know, former tight end for Alabama too.
Yeah, no, and so Ozzie Newsome was really key to all of that. And to me, this feels like if tomorrow, which it has not been done, tomorrow the Arizona Cardinals announce that Mike Tomlin's their head coach, and everybody's like, "Oh, the Cardinals are not the Steelers. They don't have the scouts. They don't have the building. They don't have. And I just, Mike Tomlin could go in there and he could try to instill his culture. And they just, closing my eyes, they feel like a 6-win team. With all the grit and grunt and all the stuff he's going to do, they just feel like a 6-win team. And so I like it's John Harbaugh. Everybody's like, where's John Harbaugh going to go? Wow, this is it's a big overhaul. I know you have some pieces. You have Dart, you have Scattaboo, you have Neighbors, right?
That roster's way better, by the way, way better than Arizona's. He's going into a better situation with the Giants. But you're right. He's going into this basically the same situation, trying to turn around the culture. But that roster is better.
Roster's way better. Yeah, the roster's way better.
He's going in. He has to turn over personnel, turn over front office, But I think John can do that there, and I think he could do a good job there.
In the beginning, right? We loved the Jim Harbaugh hire, and because he was getting Justin Herbert, so put him in the Super Bowl. Let's settle it back a little bit.
I said you needed to get Jim's guys in there.
We're getting there.
This year was going to be a good year, but again, when your offensive line goes down the way it did, it's hard to do what
I get it.
Anything. No, I get it.
But everybody's just sitting there going, "Oh, the Giants, give them the division." I wouldn't do that yet.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying they're going to be an improved team and going in the right direction.
The feeling out there, though, is that first of all, they're better because they have a more organized coaching staff. Great. They have great talent. They don't have the best talent in that division. Still Philadelphia. And
they got what's his name from the Commanders coming back next year. Their quarterback, Jalen Daniels. He's coming back. We all know how special he is when he's on the field. I'm not saying Washington has a great team there because they're going to be losing a couple people. They're very old. But again, anytime we've seen it 2 years ago, when Daniels is on the field, anything could happen.
Well, here's a little thing too. Like Cliff Kingsbury left, and he left that building, and he was not guaranteed a job somewhere else. Everybody's like, "Oh, the Raiders." If he was guaranteed the Raiders job, he'd be hired already.
He hasn't even been hired for an offensive coordinator yet.
But he walked. He just went, you know what? I don't need any of this. This is, from what I've heard, Washington right now is a mess. There are no Commanders. Right? I know that we like the coach that they hired, and then he brought in Kingsbury, and all of a sudden it's not. And everybody thinks that, oh, well, it was just because Daniels is going to come back to a room that had an explosion in it.
Yeah.
And a lot of how he was handled this year, bring him back, not bring. Look, you were doing just as good with Mariota. I know Daniels is better, he's younger, and all these other things. Mariota put on some well-oiled performances that they lost. That was on the staff, not Mariota. Guy gives you 287 and 2 touchdowns. I don't know what you do want. Right? He's not a new name, a new face that you could sell tickets with, but those are performances that you should have done better with. So now we have some real problems, right? So I think that by the way, I think Schottenheimer's a good coach in Dallas. That dude can coach.
I'm not with you on that. Not with you on that.
Well, I mean, he it's not saying a lot, my argument, but he did outcoach Sirianni against Philadelphia.
Well, I mean,
I know.
by your definition, that doesn't make any sense because
it doesn't. My couch can outcoach Sirianni. I mean, just by not saying anything and go and just giving the players having them something to sit on.
But ultimately, listen, I think that's a good hire by the Giants, bringing somebody in that has some clout, somebody that could revamp an organization, come in and say, listen, this is how we're going to win. I think that's what they needed. That they haven't had that since Coughlin.
Yeah.
So, all right, next. Let's see here. Next, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. We all know who their former coach was, Mike Tomlin. New coach, though, very shocking, is Mike McCarthy. We all know Mike McCarthy with Green Bay for years. Came over to the Cowboys for a few years. Got canned there. Now he has a coaching job again. Pittsburgh native, Mike McCarthy.
What do I think? My
Thoughts?
My thoughts that if you were to hire him to put the buffet out of business in town, I would do that.
Yeah.
He's going to come in and he's going to teach discipline to a young team. He can't even discipline his belt line. No, but I'm all joking aside. His last coaching stint was terrible. His predecessor Schottenheimer looks way better put together now. So what's your success? Your success is Aaron Rodgers. So Pittsburgh is going to do this Aaron Rodgers thing for one more year. And then you're going to, on the back end, try to help prepare Will Howard. Is that your job? Like Mike McCarthy looks like an old idea. Right. And you're like, well, but it could have worked a couple years ago. And everybody's like, yeah, but it's an old idea. And we don't. Well, what if we get the team beepers? Well, why do they need a beeper? They have a cell phone, so the cell phone can send them a message, and then they can actually call from it. And you just have somebody in the background going, "But bring the beepers." Right, and okay, you hired beepers. That's what I'm gonna start calling them. By the way, he's got his new nickname, Mike Beepers McCarthy.
Listen, I was all for them going in a different direction what they've gone in the past. They've gone pretty much defensive coach for the last 4 hires. I mean, they've only ever had 5 coaches in their history, 6 coaches in their history. So like they're very patient. And they're also known for hiring a younger guy, somebody that they could keep there for years. McCarthy's an older guy. He's been in the league for a long time. Offensive guy, which also goes against their hiring. I just don't understand how you could recycle him again as a head coach. I understand if you want to bring him in as offensive coordinator for a couple years. That I understand. But as a head coach,
I'm going to tell you, the owner of the Steelers, when announcing him, when introducing him to everyone, looked like he was introducing the hooker he had been dating on the side to his parents at like this great dinner. He was like, and I'd like to introduce Mike McCarthy. Isn't she pretty? And everyone's like, oh my God, she smells like cigarettes and shame. And did he put on 40 pounds in 3 months? I heard he put the buffet out of business. Okay, beepers. Why are we doing? I can't, right? And then she's like, yeah, so I do smoke sometimes. She's chewing her gum. She has those bangs right in front of her face. The hair's coming down. And it's a flower dress. right? That's not a newer flower dress. You know, she picked it up for $15 wherever, because that's what she picks up. Everything wherever. That's her middle name, right? So it's beepers and everything wherever. That's really what you're getting here in Pittsburgh. The way he introduced them was like in fear. I guess, and he's
Reunited with Aaron Rodgers. That
You think
didn't
Aaron's
work
coming
out
back?
too well. No. I highly doubt he's coming back. That didn't work out. As soon as that coaching hire was hired, Aaron Rodgers decided, "No, I'm retiring. I'm done. I'm not playing with this fucking Yahoo." He's
Yeah, and
like,
wait
"I
till
got
you
out
wait
of
till he
Green
sees his
Bay because I
podcast.
didn't
He's
want to
gonna
be I got him out of Green Bay finally. I got him out of Green Bay. I got LaFleur, you know? But yeah, I can't deal with this guy again."
wait until he sees his podcast. He's like, I'm not gonna go work with beepers.
I I thought their best bet would have been Minter. I thought he was tailored for that job. Well respected defensive coordinator, young guy coming up. He could be at Pittsburgh for the next 15 years. That seems like that was their thing, what they always do. Listen, I'm all for them mixing it up, bringing in an offensive guy. But if you're going to bring in an offensive guy, bring in somebody like the guy I talked about, the passing game coordinator for the Rams. You think he would have showed up for an interview for you guys? If
I
he
thought they
showed
were
up
wait
for a Browns interview, he'd show up for you guys.
I thought they were waiting for Shula.
Oh yeah,
I thought they were waiting for Mike Shula, to be quite honest.
yeah. I know
But
another guy, big guy out there is Kirk Kubiak,
yeah.
the coordinator for the Seahawks right now. So
And what's the
that's a
deal with
big name.
look at here's the other thing too. You know, when you get older, right, you get emotional quicker. It's just I don't know what happens. I'm getting there, but I'm not, I'm not dropping a dime. It feels like Mike McCarthy's coming home and he doesn't have any fight anymore. He cried at the press. I'm Pittsburgh I just love Pitts. What are you doing?
Yeah.
This isn't you explaining to your parents the best job that you ever got. This is moving forward as the leader of the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I have ketchup on me from something
And
I just.
Pittsburgh's known for what? They're steel. They're steel workers, tough guys, like men, not no crybabies. They don't want to see their coach cry. They don't want to see their players cry.
I love Aaron Rodgers. Is that pot roast? I'm crying and
Not pot
smelling.
roast.
I'm crying and smelling
I'm
at the
hungry.
same. I'm crying and smelling at the same time.
I can't believe it. Neither one of us like this hire at all.
I think it's
All right,
fantastic. I can't wait to watch
next
it.
hire that I do like, for more than one reason. Got the Tennessee Titans. Old coach Brian Callahan. New coach, my guy Robert Saul, defense coordinator for the 49ers, former coach for the Jets. Give me 1 second. I just want to bring my new notes up for this. Thing
I
that I
got it.
do like what Robert Saul did already. He hired his offensive coordinator, and as his offensive coordinator, he thought, "Listen, I got a young quarterback here with Cam Ward. Who do I know? Who is out there that I know that already developed a top tier quarterback? Who is out there? Oh wait, Brian Dahl is out there. Oh, let me give him a call. Let's see if we can work something out." Doesn't even take a head coaching interview. Says yes right away to Robert Saul. Yeah, I would love to. Comes down, unites with Robert Saul. So all Robert Saul has to do is worry about his defense. He has a guy that he already knows that could develop a quarterback. He has, and that could run an offense. I love it. I love it. I didn't think it was a great situation for Robert Saul to get his second coaching opportunity, just because, listen, we all know about the Titans. They haven't been able to do anything for years. They've been one of those organizations just it's let's get a quarterback, let's get this. All right, not working out, spit it out. Let's repeat the situation. You know, it's just been an ongoing revolving door down there.
It's kind of a little ironic, that at one time it was the New York Titans, not the New York Jets. So now it's kind of Saul's kind of come full circle,
Yeah.
right? Look, I don't Robert Saleh, Brian Dable's going to come to him and probably decide who's going to be the starting quarterback.
Hmm.
I don't think it's I don't think it's going definitely to Cam Ward. I think that's crazy to think,
Okay.
because if I were to look at both guys, I would think Will Levis is a Brian Dable guy,
Hmm.
and that's where I think we're headed. And again, say what you will, but Will Levis looks much more like Josh Allen and Jackson Dart throwing the ball. Cam Ward doesn't have a clue where the offense starts. And so, spectacular plays.
But neither did Josh Allen. That was his knock. Even coming out, he can't read a defense. He throws too many picks. His completion percentage is under 65%. Like that was Allen's knock. What Dable did, he came in, he simplified the offense where Josh could learn. So can he do the same thing with Cam? Can he get Cam to learn? That's going to be his big job there.
And
We
Josh
already
Allen
know he can run an offense. He can call an offense. We know he can.
Josh Allen was also willing to take a beating. Cam Ward's not going to.
Well,
Cam Ward is
we'll see.
not going to take a beating.
We'll see. We'll see.
I don't even think he's going to win.
Cam Ward doesn't have the physical stature that Josh Allen has to take a beating.
I don't even
But
think he's going to
again,
win
he
the
also has
quarterback
that
battle.
capability that Josh Allen doesn't have.
I don't even think he's going to win the quarterback battle, to be quite honest. I
think it'd be pretty naive for us to think that the number one pick of this past year's draft wouldn't be the starting quarterback there.
well, Jamarcus Russell was the number one pick too.
We're not even talking about. There's a reason why Jamarcus Russell wasn't the quarterback, and it wasn't even close to the Cam Ward situation.
I just
Not
don't
even
think
close.
I
That
you
was a
know I
unique
just
situation that where he ate and didn't work himself out of the NFL.
yeah I just don't think Cam Ward's a starting quarterback.
That's
I
fine. That's fine. I mean, you know, people in Tennessee think otherwise.
I
They're
know
gonna give him an
those
opportunity.
country music fools.
They're going to give him an opportunity. All right.
They will.
Real quick, I just want to go over something really quick. Another reason why I love this hire with Robert Saul is because we're going to get two times out of the year when he plays the Jags. Everybody forgets the little spat that those two had when the 49ers played the Jags. Robert Saul came out and said he's part of McVay coaching tree. They are very good at legally stealing signs from the defense.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Well, everybody forgets after that game, and hold on, I have it in quotes here. Cohen said, "Keep my name out of your fucking mouth," to Robert Saul at the end when they met up after the game. Robert Saul said, "You want to fuck with me? I will end your fucking life." Literally said that. I will end your fucking life. I cannot wait to see these two teams coach each other. And I don't even care about the actual game. I want to see after the game. I want to see the handshake.
Oh my god.
It's going to be a UFC fight out on the field.
Well, I mean, Salah's got a lot to prove, right? That's where he should be thinking first, right? And the reason why I want Dable to select the starting quarterback is because the last time Robert Saleh selected a starting quarterback, he went with Zach Wilson.
Well, he had to. They drafted him. They had to take him.
Yeah.
And then they found out that year he didn't work out. What did they do? They went and got Aaron Rodgers. What happened? First game of the season, he tears his Achilles. It's not Robert Saul's fault.
Let's hope that luck is a little bit better.
Oh no, absolutely. Let's hope. But anyways, that's another reason why I like that Robert Saul. That's going to be a great rival, I think, for a while. Because we all know Cohen ain't going anywhere. He's doing a great job down in Jacksonville. Doing a great job. Turned Trevor Lawrence's career around. Say what you want, what happened in the playoffs. but he ended up having a good second half of the season once he bought into Cohen's system.
He looks less lost.
Yeah, absolutely,
He
absolutely.
does.
And we seen what Cohen could do with Mayfield, with Baker. Baker had a career year with him.
Yep.
You
Yes,
know,
he did.
so
And Trevor Lawrence almost had as good as a year.
well, he had the best year ever in his career,
Yeah.
the NFL career, let's say.
Yeah.
You know, so two quarterbacks had their best years under Cohen. He's not going anywhere. He's a good
No.
coach.
No, Cohen's
Good
not going
coach.
anywhere.
Robert Saul, he's putting together a nice staff down there. So let's hope that I'm pulling for him. I am.
Yeah.
Again, I want to see that matchup 2 times a year. I'm going to be glued to the TV. We're going to be talking about it on the podcast 2 times a year in
We will.
detail.
We
And
will.
I'm going to have a smile on my face
I'll
because
buy
I
you a
want to see
Tennessee
Robert
cap.
Saul knock him out.
I'll buy you a Tennessee cap.
They're going to become my second favorite team.
Oh,
I don't have a second favorite team.
I'll
but
ride
they
with you if Levis is the starter. Not with Cam.
Listen, it's all about Robert Saul for me.
Oh,
All right, let's see here. That was the Tennessee Titans. The 2 teams that are left, Arizona Cardinals, they do not have a team right now, or a coach right now, a team
Mhm.
right now. Yeah, you can say
that's
they don't have a
also
team
true.
right now.
It's also true.
Let me see here. I do have some notes on this here. Okay, here it is. Cardinals currently their wish list or their head candidates, we shall say, is Mike LaFleur, the Rams offensive coordinator, Ron Rivera, former head coach.
That's a mistake.
And Clint Kubiak, also.
That's a good pick.
OC. Raiders, the other team that doesn't have a head coach right now. Leading candidates for them, Davis Webb. He's the Broncos passing game coordinator.
Mhm.
And the other one, again, Clint Kubiak.
What about Cignetti?
What?
What about
Cignetti's not on the list.
I know, but
Not that I've seen, but yeah, I mean, what about the Rams passing game coordinator? He's not. I mean, I know he said he's going to stay with the Rams, but neither one of these teams could say come in for the interview.
A lot of coordinators.
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator, passing game coordinator, run game coordinator. Like, do we really need all these?
Well, the thing was that Mike McDaniels, he wasn't the OC for the 49ers. He was the run game coordinator for the 49ers. He did all right with Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, great year with Tua. Good offense every year. LaFleur, he was a passing game coordinator. There's a couple other people out there though that has had that title and that has done very well.
Yeah.
So before somebody scoops you up as an offensive coordinator, let's bypass that. If you're such a genius, let's take a chance on you real quick. But that's a boom or bust. You don't know what you're getting. You truly don't know what you're getting. You're hoping you're getting a McVay. You're hoping you're getting a Kyle Shanahan. Are you though? The Cardinals tried that with Gannon. Is this the next? Before McDonald wasn't there, but are you the next great up and coming guy? Gannon wasn't.
I thought he was all right.
He's still out there too.
I thought he did a good job, and they just bounced them.
Listen, yeah. I mean, you have Kyler Murray back there. You did all right when Brissett got in there.
Yeah, think about that.
Games. Yeah, like you were.
I had a real quarterback. I could plan a certain way. I could do this. I could do that. I can't, I can't get in touch with this guy unless I'm playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, you pigeonhole me my first year with this quarterback. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, and by the way,
what I can.
By the way, he's built like a pigeon.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, short in stature too.
Kyler,
like when he plays Call of Duty.
Kyler, the pigeon Murray. That's how we're rolling. I don't care.
I mean, I think that's another one of those teams that's I believe a no-win situation is Arizona.
Yeah, probably. That's tough. I don't love it.
Are they ran as bad as the Jets and the Browns? No, but they're right there.
They probably are, but they're out west, so we're quiet.
Yeah. and their stadium is pretty damn cool. I do like their stadium.
Yeah, that's
You know,
maybe
that's
they'll
what they
hire
have
me this
going for them.
offseason.
So yeah, I mean that's
And
everything
they're the
that's
oldest
going
team in the
on.
NFL.
What's that?
They're the oldest team in the NFL.
The Cardinals are?
Yeah.
Yeah, weren't they the New York Cardinals at one point?
I don't know.
I believe so, or the Chicago Cardinals.
I think they
They
were
were over
both. I
here at
think.
one point. I want to say they were, yeah, I believe it was New York or Chicago.
Yeah.
But yeah, yep. So yeah, that's everything that's going on. Real quick, with the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
uh, what's your thoughts? What do you think's going to happen?
Well, fun fact I unearthed the other day.
You don't need to give your pick until Super Bowl weekend, but just quick thoughts. If you want to give your pick, you can. But just quick thoughts on the Super Bowl.
I posted. Fantasy Farm Sports posted the other day that Sam Darnold's grandfather was the
Right
Marlboro
here.
Man.
1 second. Yeah, he was Morgan Athletic Club of Chicago.
Yeah, there you go.
So
So,
it was. Yes, I
Sam
seen
Darnold.
this that you posted. This is a great little thing. I like that you posted. It brought a smile to my face. Joy, actually, my girlfriend Joy pointed it out. She goes, "Jack just posted this. Did you know this?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." But that is a very interesting fact.
Yeah. So, fun fact: Sam Darnold's grandfather. How about this for a name? Dick Hammer. Whoa! What did that guy do? He smoked him because he had him. He was the loved the post. He was the Marlboro Man. Dick Hammer,
Yes.
Sam Darnold's grandfather. I mean, I don't know why you're hiding that, Sam. Like, put it out there, right? I don't
I'd
know.
wear that on my chest. That's a
Just
badge of honor right there.
just put a cigarette in your house in your mouth and walk around with a hammer at the
Roll
press
a pack
conference.
of marbles up in your sleeve, man. You know.
Something. Um, so I put fun fact: Sam Darnold's grandfather, Dick Hammer, was the Marlboro Man, and the Patriots defense is about to get smoked.
Smoked. Yeah, that was a great post. Great post, by the way.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I believe all of it. I'll give you. We'll do a breakdown Super Bowl week, but
Mhm.
I don't love New England, and there's lots of reasons why.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm pulling for New England because I hate Seattle. But Seattle, it just seems like they're destined. They have such a good team this year. And again, we will break this down Super Bowl weekend more. But that defense is brutal. I mean, you guys want to talk about Legion of Boom. I mean, this might be better than Legion of Boom just because of how much more athletic this team is. Like that Legion of Boom, they were able to hit. They weren't the fastest in the world, but they hit you. This team, they hit you plus they're fast. God, they're fast. I listen, we play them twice a year. We played them 3 times this year. So I understand that defense and they are nasty.
When I
Take away that offense and what they can do with Sam under center and Kenneth Walker being the bell cow right now. I mean, that's a whole nother story. But that defense alone, man.
when I thought of like I just think of teams that I thought were the best teams this year, teams that I saw.
Mhm.
Right, I think Seattle. I think the Rams. I think Denver, and I think Buffalo.
Mhm.
Those were like those teams won a bunch of different ways.
Mhm.
Notice how I didn't say New England.
Mhm.
I didn't say New England. And so, again, we'll get into different analysis on it, later on, but I want you guys when you're sitting and thinking about the NFL season, because you got a week before it ends at a Super Bowl. I want you to sit and really think about what teams you thought were the best that you saw.
Mhm.
And if the Patriots are on the list, then that's great. But if they're not, you have to be honest.
Mhm.
You know, honestly, the line opened up at 5,
Mhm.
came down to 4.5, came down to 3.5. Nope. Back up to 5.
5. Mhm. Yeah, I mean the money's going to be on Seattle. Seattle's the darling here, you know. I mean everybody that's seen that Niners game seen how bad they wrecked them, you know. That's still fresh in their mind. They seen how bad they beat the Rams. They handled them very well.
Okay, so those are they beat Brock Purdy, who's seen a lot of football. Get rid of the 49ers. At Iowa State, he saw a lot of football. Okay. And then, you know, it is Matt Stafford started moving the ball, but that's because he's Matt Stafford. A lot of football. Drake May doesn't have a lot of football.
No.
And his opportunities in the ACC were that to prove that he could manipulate and manufacture and do all these things and show the game. He never showed the game. The game always showed him. And I don't think he's been showed enough yet.
Well, I mean, he's what, third year in the league?
Second.
Or second year in the league. He hasn't been here long. There's a lot for him to learn. His growth from last year to this year is great. He played phenomenal this year. But you can't knock him for the teams that he beat. He beat the teams that was on his schedule. I understand there was a lot of them that were sub 500 teams that they played this year. I understand that. But they only could play what's on their schedule. It's not like college where Notre Dame could say, all right, I'm going to play a bunch of these teams, and they only play scrubs. You know what I mean? It's not like that. They have to play who the NFL says they play. So they play who's on their schedule, and they did. They had a very cupcake schedule.
You know, everybody says that. Everybody goes, well, you can't blame them. They can only play who's in front of them. That's true. But only playing what's in front of you does not prepare you for what is coming.
No, but that's where your coaching staff should be. And I believe Vrabel does a very good job at that, and I believe he will. He did a great job at that in the playoffs.
I want to see what halftime looks like because I believe that Vrabel's really going to have to wrangle that team at halftime. This Seattle team is going to come out and they're going to look on that field. They will look faster than tape. They will look faster than the coach has said. And a lot of those players are going to be like, hey, and he's got to sit there and go, you've never seen this. And I understand how great you guys have played, blah, blah, blah. But if we're being honest here, Seattle's a better version of Denver. And I don't think you would have got past
a version of Denver.
Okay, but I don't think they would have got past Denver if that weather hadn't come in. I'm just
I think I actually picked Denver for that game. I thought Statham was close enough to Bo Nix that as far as right now in their career, being able to run that offense.
But he can't run. That's the problem.
It wouldn't have affected them that much. It wasn't so much it was that snow that came in.
Yeah, but if he was able to,
no other score was made. I believe that if that snow didn't come in, they could have scored another touchdown or something to make that game.
Yeah, because Stidham can't really run. Bo Nix can. And the difference in that game was Drake May picked up 30 yards when no one else could run. That was, this ain't coming. This ain't gonna happen. So those are my opening thoughts on the Super Bowl. You got cigarettes on one side versus Patriots on the other side, right? What side are you gonna be on, right? Smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them. All right, guys, that's going to be it for us this week. We will be back next week with our Super Bowl preview. With that winding down, we got pitchers and catchers showing up soon, right?
That's right.
For baseball. We'll have some baseball news coming up, and
I just put up my skiing.
We do have basketball here. We got that full in effect. So,
stained glass skiing sale.
Nice. I got 65 Nick Kurtz cards, all rookies.
It's about to go up.
Keeps growing. Keeps
you
growing.
Keep buying?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. I still have them all up for sale for like $1,800. You know.
All right.
But my collection keeps growing.
Okay.
I'm not buying. I'm not barely even buying. Every once in a while, I'll see one that pops up, and I like it. And if I want it, I'll get it.
Okay.
But I tapered off a little bit. I will have some rip cards coming up soon, ripping some decks. But yeah, I chilled off a little bit on the card buying, letting the season die down a little bit, and then just waiting for baseball to pick back up and see where the cards I got last year pick up at. Because we all know that it's cards are about who's hot at what time. So
that's right.
You know.
Yeah, 100%.
We're all pulling for Nick Kurtz, local PA boy.
That's all right. I love Nick
Number
Kurtz.
23 on the Major League players charts. I
I
seen that.
saw it. I
Yeah,
saw it.
yep, yep. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, we'll be talking baseball. We got basketball, golf season coming back up. Guys, if you've been with us the last year and a half, you guys know we talk about all sports. So
Yep.
not just football.
Yep.
But on that note, guys, that's going to be it. You guys could stick around here within a half an hour. I'm going to be on playing Arc Raiders over with Chef Nick, who is in the chat, and with our buddy Clamp. So you guys could finish checking me out over there.
All right,
Jack,
guys. As
anything
always.
new? Oh, wait, we do got something new. Jack's site is back up and running.
Site back up and running, fantasyfarmsports.com. That's the card that I just showed up there. I've got that Paul Skeens available. It's a Skeens sale. It's a discount, actually. Card on average sells for $105. I've cut purchasers a break, so I'm selling it out there for $80.
Nice.
So I'm trying to spring into spring training, and Paul Skeens is, I don't know if you heard of him. If you haven't, go check him out. Pretty good pitcher.
Listen, if you haven't heard of him, you really need to watch more of the podcast.
Price is probably gonna end up going up. I can only run the sale for so long, so if you want it, go purchase it on fantasyfarmsports.com. If you can't find it there, you could run over to our eBay as well. Fantasy Farm Sports. It's really easy to find. I have other cards and collectibles heading the waves, and we also do analysis. I produced an article a week ago about things to look forward to in fantasy baseball, right? What kind of guys you're looking for early, how to navigate through the later rounds, and trying to get steals as far as catchers and all these other things go. So we put that analysis out there as well. So working really hard.
I will be joining that staff.
Hey,
periodically writing about the 49ers. Those of you guys that have been following my career since the beginning, I started streaming, then I got into writing for what was that site, that place we used to write for?
Oh, theeverydayfan.com.
The Everyday Fan. Jack and I used to write for them. Jack actually used to help run that for him. Yeah, so I've been writing for a little while. I used to write a weekly article for them about the 49ers. So I will be picking that up with Jack's site this year. So
that's awesome. I can't wait.
For my articles over there. I always have some great insights, and I always try to throw a little story in there about that I've learned about the 49ers. So
yeah,
look out for that. Be super excited. We'll be talking about that extensively on the podcast. So.
Nobody really knows anything more about the 49ers than Greg. He's got a great inside view. He knows the coaching changes, player changes, and every player that gets called up from the practice squad, not only does he know where they went to school, he knows the background. He knows why they went there. He knows why they changed positions. We're really lucky to have him. I appreciate all the information that he's going to be giving you guys. And I welcome him to Fantasy Farm Sports. I'm super excited.
Awesome.
Thank you, Greg.
Awesome. Absolutely. Great to be on board. I can't wait to share my knowledge and for you guys to learn some stuff. For you guys that aren't Niners fans to learn a little something. Listen, we might not like all teams in NFL, but it's a great thing to know a little bit about every team in NFL.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like
you never know when you're going to be around the water cooler talking. Listen, I hate the Cowboys with a passion. But I could talk about the Cowboys till the cows come home. But if you're sitting at the water fountain and somebody's talking about how great the Cowboys are, I mean, we all know they're garbage. You can't talk about them. Like, we can't have you not be able to diss the Cowboys. We need you to be able to speak up against the Cowboys. So watch the podcast.
But without Cowboys, you wouldn't have Cowgirls.
We could find the Cowgirls, trust me. All right. Guys, listen, as always, we appreciate you guys stopping by. Hop over to OldGamerGK, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, watch some videos over there. Hop over to Fantasy Farm Sports, hit that like button, hit that sub button, watch some videos over there. Guys, we need that watch times up. We need to start getting some money over here, making where you guys could do the super chats. We would love you guys to be able to do super chats with us. So watch some videos, help us get our watch time up. Again, I'm going to be on within the next half hour playing some Arc Raiders, so hop over, watch that. And as I always say, guys, be excellent to each other.